Hey everybody, fun science video for you. We're looking in class a little bit. We've been talking a little bit about evaporation. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some baseline data on the first day of this when you're here. Remember, we're split right now, half the alphabet on one day and half the alphabet on the other. So we're gonna do some baseline data and we're gonna see what kind of evaporation times we get from that baseline data. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to see how changing the amount of energy that's in the system will affect the reaction rate. So we're going to look at how that might impact the evaporation rate. All right, so this video is mostly to try to help people who might be at-home learners know how you might want to run the trial at home. So that's the main reason why I'm making this. Also, I'm making this for the at-home day for next week. On Monday, Tuesday, the day you're in class, you're going to be running a test, but the day you're at home, you're going to actually, on the day you're at home, going to use this video at the end of this video to help you actually figure out something with an incandescent bulb, because most people don't have an incandescent bulb anymore at their house. So that's what we're going to do, and hopefully that's going to make sense. So what we're going to do first is you're going to, if you're at home, all right, what you're going to be doing is you're going to get a bucket of water or a glass of water, and you're going to need a sponge. That's the other thing you're going to need. When we're doing this lab, we're going to be trying to make a spot that's about the size of a paper plate. So when you think of that, when you're making your little circle on your table at home, whichever table you're using, you're going to want to make sure that it's about the size of a paper plate. So that's what you're going to be doing. So what the directions talk about is the directions say to put your sponge in water. Again, it could be a glass of water if you want it. If you don't have a bucket at home, that's fine. What you're going to do is you're going to squeeze it out really, really good. It talks in the directions. It says something about using your Superman strength. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a stopwatch. Most of you don't have a stopwatch like this, but most of you do have a stopwatch on your cell phone. In class, whoever this person is that's a checker, is going to go ahead and use their cell phone as the stopwatch. During this lab, I'm okay with cell phones being out during this lab. So on day one, that's what you're going to do first. You're going to wring it out really well. Like we said, use your Superman strength, the directions say, and make sure you get all the drops of water out. So that means the sponge is wet, but it's not like dripping. And what you do is you make your circle and you start the stopwatch, okay? And what you do then is you wait. All right, and you wait and you time how long it takes for every single bit of that to be dry, okay? And you don't stop your timer until every single bit of that is dry, okay? So it's got to all be gone. It can't be like pieces of it. You got to wait for every single drop completely to be gone. And when every single drop of it is gone, and see, I still have some here that I'm waiting for. I still have some here, here, and here. So I'm just trying to wait for every single drop for it to be gone. And when every single drop of it's gone, we're getting closer. All right, we're getting closer. This one's almost gone. These right here, we're waiting a tiny bit more. And we wait for every single piece of that to be gone. All right, and that's what we're doing. We're done over here. We're now waiting for this one little spot right here. And we're kind of waiting for that. And that's what you would do. You would time the entire thing, okay? And you gotta wait for it all to be gone, okay? This is why it's really important that you squeeze it out really, really well, because if you put a bunch of drops on there, it'll take a lot more time and you don't want it to take forever. So that's what you're doing. This one's almost gone now. I'm waiting for two tiny little spots left there. Almost there, we're almost there. I'm not going to count this one right here because I think I left a little bit of a drop there. I didn't squeeze it out quite well enough. But then when that very last of that goes, which we're almost there on this one now. And then what you do is you hit your stopwatch and you end your time, okay? You're going to do that 3 times, all right? You're going to do that 3 times and you're going to get an average. Okay, so you're going to be doing this on class on Thursday or on Friday, depending on what day you're here. The next trial you're going to do, you're going to take your sponge, you're going to wring it out really, really well. Again, you're going to use that Superman strength. You're going to wring it out really, really well. And you're going to make another circle. And this time what you're going to do is you're going to take a folder that you have. You're going to take a folder that you have and you're going to start your stopwatch, and you're going to use the folder to make wind. You're going to use the folder to make wind. And when you're done with that, when all of it is dry, you will hit the stopwatch time again, and you will do it 3 times again. And when you do it 3 times, okay, you will then add them up, divide by 3, and get an average. Each day that you do these, so on the Thursday, Friday, you're going to be doing the baseline data without any kind of extra energy. It's just how does it do on its own. The second time, you're going to do it with wind. You're going to do it 3 times. You're going to get an average, okay? And there's going to be questions. For each of those days, there's going to be some questions that you need to do as well, all right? So last thing you're going to do is on the day that you're home next week, on Monday or Tuesday, and I'm going to try to make this so you can see it, okay? On the day that you're at home, okay, you're going to also, on the day that you're at home, day you don't come to class, if you have access to a heat lamp or an incandescent bulb, you can try to run this experiment on your own. But a lot of you don't have access to that, all right? Because most bulbs today are fluorescent, and fluorescent lights don't give off as much heat. So this is actually an old heat lamp that Mr. Callahan had when he used to have a bearded dragon. And so for this test, you need a heat lamp, all right? If you don't have one of those, what you're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and actually say some times in this video. And so right now, if you are using this video to help you with the directions for the first 2 days, you don't wanna do this next part. So you wanna pause this video and stop it right now. All right, and then what you'll do is for the at-home work, you will come to this point, and I will, in the directions, I'll probably say, hey, start the video for the at-home day at a certain time, and I'll tell you when that time is that you're gonna start the video, all right? So on this one, what you do, same thing, you're gonna take your bucket, you're going to squeeze it out really, really well using the Superman strength so that there's no extra drops that you're gonna have, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna clear your stopwatch, and you're gonna make your circle, and you're gonna start your time, oops, and you're gonna record how much time it actually takes. For this one, I moved the light bulb a little bit to get the actual time, and it is done. That was 14 seconds for that one. Again, that was 14 seconds. So you would record that. I'm gonna go ahead and do trial 2. Here we go, trial 2. There's the size of the plate. Start my stopwatch. And on that one, that was 16 seconds on that one, 16 seconds on that one. So you'd record that. So the first one was 14 seconds, the second was 16. And here we go, we're gonna go ahead and do the third. Start the stopwatch. You see it goes really fast in the spot that was directly below the light, but a little slower on the other parts. Got one little spot left and it's done. That was 11 seconds on the last one. So what you're hopefully doing as you do this lab, on that last part, remember you would take those 3, you would do an average, okay? And then what you wanna do is you wanna look at your times for the baseline, look at your times for with the wind, and look at your times for with the heat, and you want to make sure you answer some of the questions that I have been giving you, all right? So we are going to be checking those questions, all right? And this lab is to help us see, do different types of energy impact, all right? Do they impact the rate of evaporation, all right? We're going to be checking some questions from the lab as a class on Thursday or Friday, depending on which day you're here for your alphabet. We're going to be checking your actual answers, okay? And when we check those, if you're here in class and you have the questions done, we'll get your score in class. If you don't have the questions done, we probably will not give you the same score as the class. So make sure you have the questions done from the lab. There's questions for each day of the lab and each test we're doing. There's some questions you have to be doing along the way. And hopefully you're doing the at-home work as well so that we get good score on that. The people who are remote learning, We'll give you a chance to comment on the chat when we check those as well, and that way everybody will get some points on Thursday and Friday for this lab. Alrighty, everybody. Hope we are learning something about how energy impacts evaporation rate. Have a great day, everyone. Bye now.